Welcome back, everybody, to the Birdies and Bourbon Show. Dan, this one could go into a little overtime.
Oh boy!
I mean, we got back-to-back free golf this weekend from the US Women's Open and at Jack's Place. Let's see. I don't know who to congratulate first. I don't know who to thank first. I'm definitely thinking this major series pick from Old Elk. It is going down fantastic. It's a hell of a pour.
Heck yeah.
So thanks for you that are supporting the show. And we'll be sipping some Old Elk during the US Open. Should be a good time.
Absolutely.
So let's get started, Dan. So we got a lot to get into here. So congratulations, Patrick Cantlay. I think, is that an asterisk? Congratulations. Is it a because I think there were two people that allowed Patrick Cantlay to win that tournament. One guy didn't let him. He just was disadvantaged with the whole going through contact tracing, which we'll talk a little about Rahm in a minute. Very, very, very unfortunate event that happened with Jon Rahm. We hate to hear that, especially a guy that's playing so good. You lost $1.5 million, $1.5 million plus dollars. You didn't get your sixth career tour win. I don't know. I mean, is this outside of the majors and TPC? Is this like the next one? Is this the sixth major?
Yeah, I think this is the one that would be after the players. It's probably this and the Riv, right?
Yeah, I would think so. So yeah, that's just a hell of a disappointment. Be sure to check our Instagram page out if you want to see what what quarantine life looks like for a PGA Tour player. That's at _Bourbon. Sure to get a kick out of that.
A little bit of a Rahm and the commish. And a little Guns N' Roses.
Let's see. A little Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Let's see. And the other guy, Collin Morikawa. I mean, what is in the world is that now? Clearly Cantlay and Morikawa play this course well. It's not quite as well as Jon Rahm, but they do like it at the Memorial, even with the changes. So Michael Thompson wasn't kidding. We got to watch some fantastic golf out there. And but so Morikawa on 18, finishing the last round, he kind of hits it left greenside bunker where Cantlay's approach shot landed on the on the playoff hole. And Morikawa now noted it was a mud ball, but he already missed the green once. He was in the first cut, so it wasn't fairway, but it wasn't a horrible lie. And he short dicks it. I'm like, hit it on the green, man. What are you doing? This is to win the tournament. And he couldn't pull it off. I don't know. Is he nervous? Is it that pencil grip that he's got that he's working on? He's too busy thinking about what grip he's going to use on the green. I don't know. I thought it was a great tournament. I won't say I didn't like the way it ended. I didn't like the way we got to where we got to on Sunday in being that Jon Rahm wasn't allowed to play. I'm sure they explored, hey, can he play on his own? Can we just let's send him out first thing in the morning. That way he didn't have contact with anybody. I would imagine they went through some of those scenarios. I don't know. I didn't hear about any of those, but I'll tell you this, the next time Jon Rahm's got a 6-shot lead coming in on Saturday.
Yep. Yeah.
Six-shot lead and the posse's standing up around the green. I bet it takes him a hell of a long time to get to that green next time. He's thinking, man, I got a 6-shot lead. Everybody's out to cheer me on and congratulate me. Tell me, I can't believe you're taking the course apart like this. And no. Put your mask on and come with us, son.
No Buckeye milkshake for you, son. No Buckeye milkshake for you. This is twice. I mean, you're talking about gun shy coming off of 18 at Muirfield Village. This is twice as happened to him. Last year, he had the penalty stroke where it's like, oh, did you know you get the penalty stroke? You still won. It's okay. He's like, huh? What? It's like he's caught off guard there. Oh, yeah. And now
he had no
this
idea.
one,
yeah.
he's not going to want to go back to Muirfield Village. As well as he plays the course. It's like, oh, I love that place, but man, they kick me in the nuts every time I go there.
Exactly. Well, I'm sure Brooks got an invitation to this and he elected not to show up. You think he was thinking Jack was going to put them together? Him and Brooks and Brooksy.
Oh yeah. But no, Morikawa was Good.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Morikawa was struggling a little bit there towards the end with that mud ball. But man, I thought there was some amazing golf. I mean, I think if you're up by 6, you should just say, okay, you're the winner, and we'll let these other guys kind of like hash it out for second and third, and just you can take the day off. What do you think?
Well, what I think is they didn't do that on the LPGA Tour at the women's US Open. Now, granted, Lexi was only at 5 strokes, but I think there was a sports book that actually paid out on, if you bet Jon Rahm, they paid out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're thinking, well, hell, there's no way he's going to blow a 6-stroke lead. It's just not going to happen. And fast forward to LPGA US Women's Open, and I think Lexi pretty much did just that. And congratulations to Yuka Saso on I think her first major win on the LPGA Tour.
Oh yeah, she's like 19 years old. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was great to see.
Hear that phone ringing?
Oh yeah, it was great to see. I watched the playoff. I think they played 3 holes, and it was fun to watch. And yeah, she pulled it out, man. It was great to see, and holy cow, great for her. And Lexi, that was a tough day. And I watched the presser, and she said she didn't hit the ball that bad. It was just, I mean, when you only come down, it was really the putting and the back 9 that really did it all for her. And holy cow, that was.
Yeah, she just said she kind of wasn't getting the breaks kind of thing.
Yeah. So, yep.
Yeah, she said she wasn't getting the breaks, but yeah. Did that presser remind you of anything that's happened maybe in another sport recently?
Well, the presser happened, so no, it happened. It might have been.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
All right. I stand corrected. So
more thoughts. Okay, hold on.
So
is Morikawa the new Spieth?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, there's definitely a lot of stuff running through this guy's head, right? I mean, just go to the green. And he's changing putters, he's changing grips. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I did, by the way, pick him as my one and done. So I was on the edge of my friggin' seat. Man. Not only did I pick him in our one and done, I also picked him in the Pat Mayo Major Series one and done. So that would have pushed us well up into the rankings if that would have happened. So I think we're sitting at 145 right now. So we still got some room. So hopefully I picked us good. But back to your question, is he the new Jordan Spieth? Well, let me tell you what, if he is, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm saying it's a good thing. I'm saying like Jordan Spieth in his prime, like 2015 or whatever. Jordan Spieth 2.0, man. Yeah,
I think it's possible. I mean, this guy's coming out and winning on extremely difficult. Well, let me say he has won. So I mean, I guess that's a fair statement. I guess maybe just with the recent events that happened over the weekend, competing with with the top elite golfers in the world and on hard golf courses. So, I mean, everything's kind of working well for Collin. I think, I don't know what happened yesterday, man. I think that just some middle mistakes. I mean, he was definitely kind of pulling stuff, off the tee but I mean, he wasn't putting himself in horrible position. I mean, his misses weren't that, well, I say his misses weren't that bad. His misses off the tee weren't that bad. Look at Cantlay. Mm-hmm. Off the tee. I mean, he sprays it out to the right and he's, you can't even see the ball and, he hits it on the green. Right. So I don't know. It's an execution thing, I guess that occurred yesterday, but he could very well be. I guess you think he is.
I think Collin Morikawa is the new Spieth. And when I say that, I mean, when Spieth was on that run when he was really young, because Morikawa was like 23, 24. Yeah. He's got 4 wins and he could easily have 6. And I just think every single major, I think he's in it. And I think if he can get that putter to where it's, the ball's rolling for him, he's almost unstoppable out there. Now, I say that, I think he is. I think, holy cow, he's coming out of the gate so strong, so fast. Now, Cantlay also has a complete game. Now, if Cantlay had the game he has, and then if he had the social game of Max Homa, would he be Tiger Woods?
Well, he would definitely be getting a $4 million check at the end of the year. I can tell you that.
I mean, if he had Max Homa Twitter like the way that he can do that. I mean, think about what you would think about Cantlay.
Hold on. I can make this a whole lot easier. You don't even have to. You don't even have to go through the Homa effort.
Okay.
All you have to do is when you're giving your victory speech at the end, and Amanda asks you the question. I need the waterworks.
Oh.
Give me some tears, baby.
Oh.
Give me some tears, and we got a $4 million check in the bank. That's all I'm saying. We need Cantlay. We need to teach that man to cry.
I am hammering the under on that every single time. Amanda will never crack Cantlay. You're never going to see the waterworks on the green. Never. I don't care if he wins Augusta. It's not going to happen.
No tears for that man, huh?
I mean, the best chance you had was on Sunday when it was raining, and they might have looked like it. It might have looked like it.
Hold on. Speaking of, so it's so this was was it the playoff hole that where it was raining so hard? No, it was the last hole, the 18th hole.
Yeah,
where it was raining so hard.
I think you're on 17. Because Scheffler's
on
18.
Yeah. Okay, on 17, and it just like literally just, I mean, just cow pissing on a flat rock kind of stuff, right? I mean, it was coming. I mean, they were drenched, and you can kind of see Cantlay over here. And there's a rules official coming up, and Cantlay's talking and kind of doing his thing. And Morikawa goes ahead and putts.
Yeah.
And I think some people were questioning, well, why didn't they give Morikawa the chance to wait to putt?
Yeah.
I don't think that they made him putt. I don't think he was on the clock that he had to putt. I think he just took it. I don't know what was going through his head. I don't know if it was, hey, let me go ahead and putt now before it gets wetter than what it is. Let me get as close as I can. Was he didn't know what to do, so he just goes and hits it. But I mean, clearly there was some grass between the blade and the ball, and with all the water on the greens, it definitely slowed it down. Kind of left him sitting back a little bit. Didn't put him in the best. He still made par on that one, but I think that he might have rushed that shot a little bit. Maybe the pressure of the moment. I don't know. I've never had that kind of pressure or been in that kind of position. However, I could have been today, Dan. I could have been today. I could have been playing at the US Open qualifier at the Piedmont Driving Club. But when I saw Sepp Straka, Seamus Power, Keith Mitchell, Martin Pillar, Jason Cohn, when I saw they were showing up, I'm like, shit, I'll just, no reason. You didn't
want to hurt their feelings.
Well, I'm like,
However, you're like, hey guys, you can have it this year. I get it every year.
And it's been raining. It's been raining here in Atlanta, so I think it's been raining more on the west side. So I'm like, I'll let those guys.
Hold on one second. I want to finish this Morikawa thing about the putt or the chip. I think it was actually a chip. Yeah. So the pro move is to maybe ask a question to the rules official, like, so what's going on, and just take if he wanted time, all he has to do is ask a question.
Ask the official.
What are we doing? And then he gets that time and he gets clarification to just, like Bryson will talk about, ants or whatever, just talk about something. They're not going to gig you on a, especially in the middle of that downpour. They're not going to say, penalty stroke for slow play. They're not going to do that.
Yeah. I need some clarification on a rule. I mean, I can't see literally, it's raining so hard. It's raining sheets of water. What's the ruling on this, right? And you play dumb, you plead ignorance, and you say you don't know. So I don't. Could that be, could that be an experience thing where it's like, hey, let me just go ahead and do it.
Yep.
If he had it to do over, would he have waited? I don't know. When we get him on the show, we'll have to ask him.
I think he wanted to try that rain glove out. That's what he wanted to do. He saw Phil down there at Medalist and his rain gear. He's like, oh, I can do this too.
Could have been new. Maybe it's a new sponsor.
Maybe it's a new sponsor.
Got to get them some airtime. Some airtime coming up. So I don't know. So I think that was probably between that and then the two misses coming in on 18. I mean, both of those were. I think that's what cost Morikawa the tournament. I think that he had it, and I mean those three shots. I think really said it. But I don't know. I mean those guys are good. Don't get me wrong, but. That putt when it was raining on 17 or that shot off the green, is it makeable? I don't know. I saw a lot of sand shots out of that. I saw a hole in one too, by the way.
There was some serious putting going on though. Like, I mean, there was some intense playoffs, and congrats to Cantlay. So now he's what is he, the fourth or the fifth two-time winner this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of some back and forth going on, there was a little off-course magic happening.
Ooh.
Well, I guess there was on-course magic happening too. Who you were sharing a tweet that Jim Herman sent out, and Jim said, "All right, listen, anybody calls me Charles Howell III on the course, you're out of here."
I think that's what Charles Schwartzer or Charles Howell, one of those two. Yeah.
I thought it was Howell, but it could have been Schwartz. I thought it was Charles Howell.
It's a great tweet, though. It's so good.
It is good. And by the way, Jim Herman, we'd love to get some time with you on the show. But and that's in response to. Which I think this is so good. So good. I posted something on, welcome to I should have framed it up better, but the WWPGA, but it would be just the WPGA. But Vince McMahon is definitely scripting this shit. It couldn't be coming out any better. You got a COVID incident. Hey, by the way, this is the first COVID incident that has actually impacted. Well, I don't know if you can say that or not, because there have been other players that didn't get to play tournaments, and we don't know what that would have been. I guess the fairest way to say it is this is the first in-course incident that we've had since the comeback where it potentially impacted the results of the golf tournament. I don't know. I'm just saying, look at the US Women's Open, and it could have happened. It definitely could have happened, because those guys were not really tearing it up out there on Sunday.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Yeah. So, but back to the beef. I ain't talking about Bryson either. Well, I kind of am. I'm talking about the beef between the two players. So Brooksie is kicking people off the course for calling him Brooksy.
Bryson's kicking people off the course.
I thought his new nickname was Brooksy.
Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Okay, you're going all the way. You're going all the way. Brooksy Bryson is kicking people off the friggin' course. All right, hey, you're out of here. And listen to this shit. So here's what I find even more entertaining is so when did they started allowing fans back? Probably late, kind of Marchish, right? March is 25%, give or take around that time frame, 25%, easing into it. And 3 or 4 weeks ago, it's full bore, man. Let everybody back on the course. Are the PGA Tour pros getting soft? Are they getting soft about this heckling? Did that did the 6 or 8 months of no fans, no noise, no heckling, and I'm sure there was a little, because people that live on the course and all that, you could see that there were still people there, but they weren't allowing true fans in the gate, at least to that degree. So have the tour players, have they softened up a little bit, and they're not going to be able to handle these fans at the course? Because I'm thinking, what's going to happen at the Ryder Cup? Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody is going to call Bryson DeChambeau by his given name. You ain't hearing nothing. I mean, you're going to hear like Brooksy. You're going to hear chants. And number two, what if Bryson will make the team? I think Brooks is qualified to make the team.
I think he will. Yeah.
I mean, what kind of turmoil is that going to be in the locker? I mean, we're way off base here on where we're going. But back to what's going to happen at the US Open when now you've got Brooks and Bryson on course? Because you go back to the Bryson comment. Hey, it feels good living rent free in your head, and now you've got Bryson kicking people out, getting people thrown out of the golf tournament.
So maybe Brooks should be admired for this. He's trying to toughen him up before the Ryder Cup because he really wants to win for this country. Is that what he's doing? I mean, he should be admired for this, right? Yeah, that's 100%. But no, talk about the video that Brooks sent out on Friday night.
Oh, so the video, which I'm totally floored that it's still out there. Even I can't believe the PGA, because the PGA is quick to yank a video down. I can tell you that. But. So they've left it up, and Michelob's a big sponsor of the PGA, right? Or they were. I think they still are. But
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, I don't drink that garbage. I'm more of a bourbon man. But So basically he said, so Brooks, not Brooksy, Brooks says, if you were a fan I'm going to have to paraphrase, but if you were a fan that your time at Muirfield Village or the Memorial was shortened, what did he say? Tag Michelob Ultra, and we'll send you a free case of beer.
Yeah, the first 50 or
first
something
50,
like that.
50 that respond, you get a free case of beer. I'm not going, shit, I wish I drank Michelob Ultra.
And then Bryson was interviewed, and he said it's up to the tour to resolve this thing. It's not up to him and Brooks to resolve it. It's up to the tour to resolve it. So
it's a little soft, man. It's a little, but so back to the whole Brooksy thing. And everybody, it looked like Bryson had taken the high road. It looked like Bryson had the upper hand and the advantage, and Koepka, and everybody was like, oh, that, he handled that interview so poorly, his comments, oh, what a dick. And Koepka comes back with he sweeps the leg, man. He sweeps the leg. So good. I say keep it up, guys. Whether it's scripted or whether it's not, you know what? It's building good banter in the game. I'm sure the I don't know how the locker rooms are. I think that some of this is staged. I know, Dan, you don't. You think it's legit. I think that there's a lot of fluff going on to get $4 million and generate some noise for. I think they're still competing with the what was the
PGL,
whatever the,
SGL, PGL, whatever it is.
Yeah, the Premier Golf League. Yeah, I mean, I went. They're not competing with it, right? Because it doesn't exist. But I think it's building like it's building some noise around. It's just not old crusty guys or my grandpa playing golf anymore. I mean, and two, look at it this way. I mean, you've got athletes out there. You've got multi-sport people, individuals that are out there playing golf now. I mean, who knows how much creatine, those guys eat in a day. So, there's got to be a lot of testosterone flying around. I mean, back in the day, it was cigarettes and beer, right? So got to be a bit of a change here.
So with the Brooksy thing, I don't think it's staged because you're getting to a point now where it's getting on-course banter. And I don't think the tour would do that because it could impact, somebody's ability to win out there. Like Bryson, if he's getting hounded with Brooksy and all that, I don't think the tour's up for that. I don't think they would condone putting that out there to have it kind of start, right? That's why I don't think they're involved. But now I do 100% believe that Brooks has probably got a team of people working on this, and he is having a damn good time with it.
Totally. I absolutely think that is the case. And I think he's showing up. You think inside, I don't think we'll hear anybody say it. But I mean, he did throw out the challenge, 2 years ago? Hey, meet me on the first tee if you got something to say, kind of thing. And God, that would be so good.
Now, Brooks certainly is Team Cobra Kai.
Oh, absolutely. That would be. Hey, PGA Tour, give us a Brooks Bryson pairing. Just give it to us. Give it to us, and be sure you've called the exterminator. And there are no ants. Are there ants? I guess there are ants in California, right? Yeah, that's those big ones. Woo, that's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
It's good stuff.
What did we miss, man? We got too much good shit going on.
Well, my one and done did pretty well last week. Ricky Fowler had like T11.
Oh, speaking of your one and done, it's so. Don't
worry, I'm gonna pay you for third place. Don't you worry about it.
He has not taken our advice yet because he is not playing the Palmetto Championship. And as far as I can see, his first round, he's sitting at even. And there's a lot. Let me read off some notables that are playing.
Okay.
The Brookside Golf and Country Club.
One second, Dub. On Fowler, real quick. Are these glasses prescription he's wearing, you think?
That's what they said. They said that
really?
They said that he got prescription sunglasses.
Oh. Was he wearing contacts before?
Well, he is getting older.
Ricky Vaughn.
He is getting older. So now there were a lot of people, right? So let me give you a few notables that played this week. If they didn't play this week, correct me, but I think they did. Okay, so Michael Thompson, he stayed in Ohio to play. Let's see here. Where's I'm looking for the bear trap because there were quite a few people. Okay, the Bears Club in Jupiter, Florida. Lucas Glover. I think he was playing it at the Memorial, right?
Yes, I think so.
Brandon Grace played a hell of a match at the Memorial. He went back to the Bears Club. So at the Bears Club in Jupiter, which Ricky Fowler is extremely, extremely familiar with, you've got you got six players. Ricky elected to stay, and I think he's playing the Brookside. So they're playing Brookside and the Lakes. I think Ricky's playing, they may have to play both because I think it's a 36-hole qualifier. Just a couple people that stayed that he's having to compete with. Keegan Bradley, Jason Duffner, Wyndham Clark. He shot 8 under today. Tringali, Hagee, Gim, Charlie Hoffman. How good a golf has Charlie Hoffman been playing? And he's having to qualify for the U.S. Open. Unbelievable. Malnati, Rafa Cabrera, Hudson Swafford, Joel Damon, Hadwin, Reevy, Poston, Tway, Laird, Streb, Sabatini, Harrington, Long, Hansdale. I mean, I can keep going. And that's where, and I don't know how many there are. I'm not going to count them, but there's probably 20 or 30 PGA professionals that elected. And I could see kind of why you would stay and play there. I think there were 16 or 17 spots available. So give or take about, and that's not all that's playing. That's just a PGA Tour professionals. And half of the PGA Tour professionals could take half of those spots. And Ricky Fowler elects to stay. Doc Redman, Vegas, Norlander, he elects to stay there and play. I don't know why. I didn't see why that was the case that he did that. I mean, hell, I would have gone to Century Country Club and Old Oaks Country Club in Purchase, New York. You had 3 notables there. Wiesberger, Oppenheim, and Lovelady. So, I mean, I don't know why he did that. It looks like as it stands right now, it looks like it wasn't a very good decision for him to do that. But
73 today, it looks like to me.
Oh, well, then he's over then. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe somebody's magic. Just majestically, maybe COVID is going to happen on one of these players at the Palmetto Championship, and Ricky's going to get a little get in the hot seat.
Yeah, oof. It's tough, man. That's tough.
What do we miss, man?
I'm excited. There's qualifying this week. That's fun. Yeah, it's been a heck. The golf last weekend was insane with the 2 tournaments both going to a playoff. It was fun. I feel sorry for Rahm. That was rough. I mean, he crushed that tournament. He was playing so good, But
is there any chance that he loses? Let me rephrase that. No. Is there any chance that he doesn't win?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't either. I think it was his.
Well, you asked me last week. You said who's the best player in the world. I said Jon Rahm. Yeah.
Just had to bring that up, did you? just had to bring that up, didn't you? Yeah, I mean, well, and especially at the Memorial. So I don't know. And see, that's the other thing that gets me. Is this building up to, because he'll be out of quarantine. Now you'll still test positive and all that shit with the antibodies and whatnot, but he's going to be ready to go back right at the US Open. So I don't know what the practice facilities look like at Muirfield. I could only imagine that they're pretty damn nice. And he's gonna be set up at Muirfield practicing all week, I guess, or for the next 10 days. And I don't know. So lots of interesting things to come of this. I know the PGA Tour had announced they were going to end testing at the end of June. So I don't know what this does as far as bringing it back. Is it, are things still relaxed? Is it, I saw a picture with, it was a picture of the Memorial last year, which had like hardly any fans. I think who was winning, and Ricky was out there watching him finish. Was it Spieth he wasn't winning, but who was finishing last year? And Fowler was out there with his cocktail on the. Was that Memorial? I swear, I think it was
JT.
Okay, yeah. So he was out there with JT.
It was probably for the work day.
Yeah, but because it went to a playoff.
It was for the workday.
Yeah.
It was Morikawa and JT. Yeah.
Yeah. Bucky had his virgin milkshake cocktail. He was out there sipping greenside.
Now, looking at that leaderboard Saturday morning after they finished their first 36 one, I was like, holy cow. Certain people absolutely love this place. I mean, you had Rahm, Morikawa, Cantlay. It's like these guys always play well here. They must, their sightline must fit that place perfect or something, because holy cow, you can almost say, I know exactly who's going to play well here next year.
Yeah, I didn't hear any comments, because they were asking Jack at the last. So when 2020 Memorial finished, they were, he was kind of hinting around that he was going to, he did say he wanted to make it more playable for the members.
Yeah.
But it also sounded like he wanted to make it more challenging for the pros.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he did. I mean, I don't know. Did he do that? I mean, the score doesn't really reflect that he did necessarily, right? I mean, not in what happened. And think about like all the off and on, the rain that happened. I mean, it was like back and forth, it was like start, and stop. So I don't know that he accomplished. I mean, the course looked absolutely fantastic. And again, what Michael Thompson mentioned about the renovations and the way things were looking and received. I mean, everybody was really positive about it as far as what I saw. So I thought it went really well.
And Michael Thompson also said that because it's the first year renovation, he's not going to be able to dry the greens out like he wanted to, So next year the greens are going to get a lot more dried out with the sub air and everything. However he wants to do it, I guess it was probably a little bit too young for the grass to be able to do that and withstand and be able to survive. So he probably wasn't able to do some of the things he wanted to do to make the course harder this year. But I think in years to come, it's probably going to get pretty dang tough out there for these guys. Yeah. Knowing Jack, he's going to know how to tweak little things,
Is it too late to get a sponsor's exemption out to a player? It looks like he's not going to qualify.
Roll out that orange carpet. We love them. We love them. We're joking. We love them. We really do.
No, I'm not joking about the sponsor's exemption. He ain't getting on his own merits. He is not getting on his play. All right. He is getting in because somebody's giving him a ticket.
We're gonna have to, because we're so creative, let's tweet at Phil and ask him if that exemption's transferable.
Ooh. Hey, didn't he owe him one or something?
It's transferable.
I don't know. Maybe. Good stuff. I think it only gets better as we. This week's field's going to be a little bit. Well, I don't know. We got anything else to cover on? I think
we covered everything. Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, it was great to talk to Michael Thompson last week. Really appreciate him coming on the show.
Yeah.
We were texting back and forth with Jimmy Walker. After his round yesterday, holy cow! I mean, I got my eye on him. I think he is going to be.
He shot like a 65 on Sunday.
Yeah, he was like 7 under, I think is what it was.
Yeah, low man for the week.
And he's been working really hard, like Phil has. So I'm going to be taking a hard look at him coming up in the next couple of events, because I think he's going to be turning something on here soon too.
Yeah, he could. Well, I hope he does, man. I hope he does.
Yeah.
So stick around. We'll be back in just a second.